There it is. Okay, we're recording. All right, welcome to our combined team call. It's August 12th, halfway through the month, and I just wanted to go over a couple announcements, and then we'll kick it off and do a little Q&A and have some fun. For announcements this month, I don't think there's anything next week, like any calls or anything, but the fourth week of the month, we've got our Emerald in 24 Hours call, 10 a.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday. And then What is Coaching Info call is that same week, 8 p.m. Mountain Time on Wednesday. Also this month, Team Cup. If you are in a Team Cup team, let's just rock it out and beat your best. Like, the only competition you need is yourself. MBF promos, so they can save $20 on MBF this month. So it makes it $160. And then if you have Team Cup, you got promo codes. They won't work on MBF because it's already discounted, but all the other packs over $150, you'll save $20 for your customers and coaches. So that's awesome. And then super pumped, MBFA comes out on Monday, and I cannot wait to start that. This program is phenomenal. I have freaking loved it. It's been so good. I hope you guys are all loving it and get a chance to try it too. Hey, I'm just gonna introduce Micah. You guys all know her. She's the best. And all of us, that's our upline. She's our upline. She's my coaches, Shawnee's, Rebecca's, all of us. And we all got started, and she inspired all of us to make a positive change in our life. And I'm so grateful for her every single day. I think, is this 7 years, Micah, or 8? You've been coaching 7? And didn't we just hit 3-time superstar? Or was it 4? 3-time. That's freaking amazing. So phenomenal. And she's our upline. Like, we are so lucky to have an amazing upline, not only Micah, but all of the coaches that are under her. And I just feel so blessed. I was just thinking about it. Like, I love this community because we all link arms and we help each other. We serve each other. And it's just so good to be surrounded by women who are helping women. So we're just going to have it open. The floor is yours. If you want to chat or ask questions, just unmute yourself. If you're nervous, put it in the chat. But yeah, let's just open it up, and you guys can ask questions to Micah and see what you got.
Woohoo! Look at all these babies first.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Yeah, ask anything, you guys. Most importantly, like, thinking specifically about your roadblocks right now in this moment. Like, what's holding you back? What are you struggling with in your power hour? What are you struggling with when it comes to recruiting or whatever it is? Like, what do you feel like is the biggest roadblock? Let's chat about those things that are really applicable to your actual business and what's going on right now. Everyone's always scared to ask the first question.
Can I ask? My coach isn't on. Oh, did someone say something?
Nope, you're good. Go ahead.
Hey, one of my coaches isn't on, and she wanted me to ask this question. So, for someone who is private, do you think they can still have success showing progress on their journey if they're not in a tank top or a bikini or a sports bra or underwear? Or how do you
actually underwear are necessary to be successful? No, I mean, absolutely. You can do face-to-face progress pics. Like, you can share progress in so many different ways. Pull like old pictures back from just a random family shop that you guys have. Like, we all have those random photos that you're like, I am never posting that because that is like not a good angle to show just like in normal clothes. Like, 100%. If you have the desire to make it happen. So yeah.
I love that because I struggled with that in the beginning too. I was like, I ain't showing nothing, but yeah, that's good.
That's how a lot of people are.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Share it however it feels comfortable to you.
Yeah. So I know I struggled with this a lot until like this year. So I know a lot of our coaches are struggling with this too. But can you just speak on consistency? Because you are the queen of consistency. So just like speak on that. Just easy, applicable things that we can do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's the most important part of success, honestly, because there's so much in this business just takes time. It takes time to build relationships. It takes time to build your following. It takes time to build credibility and trust with people as you share every single day. Like everything we're doing on the tracker is essential. And so I think if you just, one, know what you want out of this, and then two, understand that this is the exact roadmap. Like take out the guesswork, just do the things, and then obviously put some passion and purpose behind it, and trust the process, and you'll be successful. I think most people aren't consistent and it comes from lack of belief. Because when you're like, well, is this really even worth it? Is it really even going to pay off? Am I really even going to ever make it happen? Am I really ever going to, I know I have all these big goals and dreams, but yeah, I don't know if I have what it takes. Like if you have those doubts and those thoughts every day, everything else in life will become more important, and you'll talk yourself into another day of skipping the things, because one day doesn't matter anyways, because who knows if it's even going to happen anyways. Like all of that mindset crap is the most important part of the equation. So like if you're not dead set on this is what I want in life, this is how my Beachbody business is working towards that, and I'm going to make it happen. Like I know for a fact I'm going to make it happen no matter what. I will figure the crap out. If you're not at that place mentally, you're going to always struggle with consistency, always, because that's just the nature of it. It's just too easy not to do the things when you're not completely committed to the process. So I think that's when I really got clear on like my first big goal, which was paying for JD's vet school tuition. That was completely out of reach, like completely couldn't even fathom how that could happen. But that's what I wanted, because I knew if I could do that, we could live wherever we wanted. We wouldn't be relying on his income. As soon as I knew that that's what I wanted, everything, just all of my doubts and all of my excuses left, because I was like, whatever, like all I can do is work. All I can do is work hard and make it happen. And I just literally just leaned in and went all in and let go of all of the other crap. And you'll find a way. Like you'll find a way if it's that important to you. So I think that's the main part, is belief, having a clear vision, and then just really having like clarity around your daily activities. And that's why I was like, tell me your roadblocks, because what we do isn't hard. So if you can make it as easy as possible and you can simplify the situation, then you're going to be way more likely to show up and do it. If every single day you're like, gosh, this is hard. Oh, this is confusing. Why do I not know how to do this? And you have all of this crap going on in your head every day you show up to work, that's when I don't know, that wouldn't be fun, for one. And it would, I don't know, that would just take the joy out of it. So get really good at the simple things and overcome any roadblocks that you have along the way. And that's what, I mean, you guys have a bunch of rockstar uplines. So make sure you're in close contact with them. And the second that you feel yourself like slipping into a funk, or feeling just kind of blah about stuff, or feeling like you're confused and you've hit a roadblock, message them, message the thread, message your success partner, and be like, hey, I got to figure this out. And the faster you can get through the roadblocks, the faster you can move forward. So don't let yourself like get stuck anywhere for longer than 10 minutes. Like it really isn't hard. Lean in and people are there to help you. So yeah, I don't know. That was kind of a long answer for that, because consistency is like a fairy dust. It's like you can't make anyone do it, but that's what will drive someone. If you have clear vision, you know what you want out of this, and you know that this is directly how to make it happen, and you actually believe that it's going to work. So do any of you struggle with the belief part, or are you guys like, oh yeah, no way, I know for sure I'm making it happen? You struggle with that? Where does it come from, do you guys think? Like, talk about it.
You guys unmute. Everybody unmute right now.
For me, I feel like it comes from like a lot of people that I know, and they know about Beachbody or have done Beachbody. So I'm like, well, cool, let's link arms, let's do this together. And then they're like, maybe. So I'm like, okay. So what's stopping you from doing it with me? But you've done it before with like a stranger, or I don't know.
Yeah. But like when I think about my team, the amount of people that I actually know in real life is like very slim. All of the rest of the people were random strangers in social media world that just like, that I came across, that I expanded my network with, that I proactively found, that you know what I mean? Like, it's the behind the scenes stuff that if you are doing it, that is no longer a roadblock, because you're like, they're lost. Like, oh, well, if they don't want to join me, I'm going to go find some other girls that want to hang out and do this together. So I think, because I always say action breeds confidence. Like, the more action you take, the more your confidence and the belief in yourself will grow, because you'll experience those wins and you'll get that proof that everyone loves to see. They love to see, like, when you get a new coach that signs up, you're like, oh, okay, that's a little bit more proof that I can actually do it. Let's go. And like a little bit more belief is like dropped into your bucket. You know what I mean? But if you're not taking action and you get stuck in like letting that stuff hold you back from then going to talk to more people or going to send some more invites, that's when you literally just get stuck in this like spiral downwards of like not doing things because you don't feel like doing things because you doubt about it and blah, blah, blah. Whereas if you guys just like remove all of the emotion and are just like, if so-and-so doesn't want to do it, I'm just going to go find someone else who does. Like, you just have to know that there's people out there, no matter if they know you right now or not, there's so many people out there who need what we have. And we just have to be I think it comes from the belief also in the gift that we have to share. When you're so passionate and excited about what you have to share with people, you're not going to let no's or people who aren't ready hold you back and be like, they'll come around. Like, I'm here forever. I'm here for the long haul. I'm going to be the grandma running challenge groups. Like, I'm here for years and years and years and years. I'm going to go find some people who are ready now. The rest will come, you know? So I don't know, but you're not alone. That's how a lot of people feel. Well, all these people are saying no. Why would they sign up with me when they can sign up with someone else and blah, blah, blah. You guys, I'm only more successful than you because I've heard no way more freaking times than you have. That is the only reason. Because I have been rejected way more times. I have failed way more times. I have just done everything way more than you guys have. And so I've found some awesome people in the midst of all of it. So it's just really believing in yourself, believing in what we have to share. And then it's that miracle equation. What is it? Unwavering faith and extraordinary effort. It's like knowing and trusting in what you have and what you have to share, and then just doing it until you hit all of your goals and dreams. Like, just nothing's going to slow you down. If you can get to that place, literally nothing will stop you. Nothing. If you guys haven't read that, go read it. So good. It's one of my faves. What else?
I think for me, so I've like felt like a lot of growth through this, but the leadership aspect is the hardest part, because I'll get people and then I'm like, okay, now I have to be like the leader and I don't know what to do.
So I think people just overcomplicate leadership. All leadership is, it's setting the bar. So being the example, it's like the ultimate accountability, right? So when you become a coach, you have the accountability to be on your journey, which is like a game changer. That's like what I needed to be consistent. When you start to build a team, it should be the ultimate accountability to actually work your business. Because if you want your coaches to ever do anything with the Power Hour, to ever do anything, get on calls, make it a priority, show up consistently, you better be doing your shiz. Like, and so if you only had that mindset shift of like, all it takes to build a team is for me to commit to this and show up, and then to simply share what I'm doing and hold them accountable to doing the same things. That's all it is. When I was figuring everything out, gosh, I had no idea what I was doing, but I was very, very good at simply being like, hey guys, I'm sending this invite. Let's go send out 20. And I would literally copy and paste the invite I was sending to my little coach thread. And I would just encourage them to just do the same actions I was doing, because I knew that what I was doing was working and I wanted them to be successful. So I was trying to make their success as easy as possible. And I was committed to what I was doing and then just sharing what I was doing and having them do it. So don't overcome. I mean, we have everything in place now. If you guys don't have my like getting coaches started right doc that literally is step by step, how to get coaches plugged in, how to get them started, how to get them on the downline email sequence. And then it's simply like putting them in a thread and supporting each other every day. Ask your coaches, they'll have the link to that, but don't make it harder than it has to be. You're going to have coaches drop in, drop out, and whatever, and that's totally normal. But you'll also find your lifers along the way. Like help them get results, help them fall in love with the process, like get them committed to helping others, and they'll catch that fire of like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. This feels so good. And that's when you just literally lock arms and run. So don't make leadership bigger than it actually is. It's doing your stuff is the biggest part. So let that be like the ultimate accountability to just commit to the stuff that you need to do to grow your business anyways, and then just encourage them to be doing it alongside you. Madison, where are you? It's so pretty.
I'm actually up in Island Park.
I'm
like
I'm jealous. We're coming
a
up this
couple
weekend.
miles away from your cabin.
So fun.
We love it out here.
I know, it's the best.
Okay,
What else,
I have
you guys?
something I want to ask if nobody else. Just because, like, I used to struggle with this also. Like, we like to go on vacation a lot. We like to camp a lot. And I used to struggle staying consistent while I'm not home. Like, I have my normal routine at home, and I can usually stay consistent. But as of, like, recently, I don't know what I'm saying. But it's not always been that way. So talk on, like, if you're out of town, on vacation, not home, like, how do you stay consistent, and, like, what are the most important things you think that we can stay consistent with when we're not home?
Yeah. So first of all, I always plan ahead. So whenever I'm going on vacation or whatever, that is like my ultimate. I usually set like a goal that I have to be at before we leave so that I can like fully enjoy my vacation and not feel like I got to be doing crap. No, you don't. If you do your shiz before you go, or if you know you have a week or two after, you're fine. You have time to like fully enjoy it and not feel like I have to do all the things all the time. So I like get ready for it beforehand, but then while I'm on vacation, the most important things that I make sure I do, I make sure that I still show up in my stories. I still try to do one post a day of some sort, but it's like vacation, family life. Like it's like what's actually going on. I still make sure I get my workouts in and share my workouts and how I'm fitting them in on vacation. Like it's just literally living the healthy lifestyle, but sharing it and making sure you're mindful of that. I don't like expand my network and connect and send invites. And I don't do like all of those things when I'm on vacation, unless I'm on like a month-long vacation. Obviously, I would like find time to do that every single day. But if it's like a weekend or like 3 or 4 days, I don't do any of those things. I just make sure I get my workout in. I share my stories. I check into my challenge group. I answer my inbox. Like if I have people coming in, I'll ignore a lot of them that are just kind of fluffy. But if I know I've been talking to someone about a group and they like write me back, I am like on it. So you have like high priority messages that I stay on top of even when I'm on vacation and stuff like that. But other than that, like vacation, like our lifestyle is also part of our business. Like we're sharing the freedom that we can create and all the things. And the last thing I want to do is feel like I'm tied to my phone when I'm trying to enjoy my life. So I just do the most essential things in the pockets, and then I fully unplug and do family and vacation life and don't feel guilty about it for a second. So that's what I would encourage you. But like even on the tracker, I have the things, like the things that I starred, those are the things that I'm like, okay, no matter what, every day I'm doing those things. And then other, like I could send, like if I haven't hit my goals, I could easily send 10 invites from my story watchers really quick. You know what I mean? Like it totally depends on if I've hit my non-negotiable goals, where I'm at so far in the month, and things like that as far as like how plugged in or out I really am. That's a good question though. Lots of people struggle with that.
Yes, I love that answer. Thank you.
What else, ladies?
What are you guys struggling with currently that you could ask our fearless leader here?
I feel like whoops, sorry.
Go ahead. I'll go after you.
Okay, sorry. I feel like I've just kind of been in a funk, and I know my personal development hasn't been where it should be, and I need to get better at that. And I've started back. I'm a teacher, so I have the summers off, so I'm going to be going back here in a couple weeks. So I've started my morning routine back up again because I used to kind of let it go a little bit more. And I know that's helped me this week, definitely with my better mindset and everything. But I just feel like I've kind of gotten into a funk. It's like everyone that I'm connecting with or adding to my just trying to get to know, or my followers, they all have bod or they have some sort of thing that they aren't interested. So I just feel like I'm in a rut that I haven't found any new people to add and get connected with. So I just kind of been in kind of a funk, like, I don't know what to do.
Just go find more friends.
I know. And that's what I'm trying. But it's just
that's
like,
all we can do, you know?
I know.
But at the same time, like if they already have bod, like are they actively working with coaches? Are they, you know what I mean? Like even if someone has bod, they could have randomly gotten it and never gotten plugged into a challenge group or whatever. So just be mindful of those things. Like even if they do have bod, make sure they're not working with a coach, but get them plugged into your group and get them plugged into like nutrition resources and things like that. But yeah, bottom line, like we just get to go find all the new friends all the time. So just don't let that hold you back. Just let it be the driver to like go search and even think outside, like maybe think outside of the box where you're expanding right now. Like think about maybe a different niche, like completely separate from where you've been expanding. So you get like a different pool of women and stuff like that. What were you going to say, Shawnee?
I just wanted you to add on what you said previously. At your retreat, you were talking about like some girls were saying how hard sometimes power hours are, like every single day, all the things like every single day. And we talked about coming from a solid place before you sit down to invite or to follow up or to make sure your mindset is in a good place. And we all know as humans, our brain days are different. And you were just talking about like massively inviting X amount of invites for the week, following up. Like, will you just talk to them about that and how you don't do all the things every single day, how you break it up into like sections?
Yeah. So like there's no right or wrong way to build the business. And that's what you guys have to understand is like, if something isn't enjoyable to you, you can't just not invite. Like that's essential. You have to learn how to enjoy inviting in some capacity, but how you do it can vary. So I have some coaches that literally do 20 invites a day religiously, no matter what. They're sending their 20 a day and they get it done. I have others that will send like 100 on Monday, and then they'll spend the next few days answering the messages, like responding to those messages, all the things. And then on Friday, they follow up with all the people that like were requesting info. There's like so many different ways to do it. You just need to decide like, okay, if I want to help, say you want to help 10 people every single month, you're probably going to need to send at least 100 to 300 invites. So how do you want to do that? Do you want to do 100 every week? One a day, like 100 one day a week? Or do you want to do 20, 5 days a week? Or do you want to do, you know what I mean? Like you could break that up, what that looks like. You can kind of just reverse engineer. But yeah, there's so many. I personally do batch work. So I would rather connect like crazy, expand and connect like crazy for a couple weeks, and then spend like a week or two inviting like 30 to 40 people every single day for a week or two straight. And then I'm in my messages, responding to people in conversations, they're filling out applications. That way I can kind of get like a wave of people starting all at the same time versus just trickling in like all the time sporadically. It just works better for my brain when I get like challengers all starting together in some capacity, and then I get a wave of coaches all starting together. And it's because of the way that I invite, the way that I promote my sneak peek, the way that I promote and then follow up. Like that just works better for me. So you just have to figure out, you can't skip the essentials. Like you've got to figure out how to do them in some way, but how you do it can totally vary. So that's a conversation you can totally have with your upline and just be like, okay, my goal is to help at least this many people. So what does that look like as far as how many invites should I be sending for the month in order to hit that goal by the end of the month? Like, what does that look like? Break it down. And then you can figure out on a daily basis if you want to do certain things, or if you want to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, send invites, Tuesday, Thursday, really be in like conversation with those people. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I would say about that, is just figure out how to enjoy the essential, mundane, monotonous things, because those are the things that move the needle forward, and you've got to do them, but you can actually like doing them too. And the sooner you can start to enjoy those fundamental things, the faster you'll have success. Because really, how many times have you guys been like, gosh, I do not want to invite. I don't know what anybody's the last thing. And then you start and you're like, okay, this is good. Like I found my rhythm. And then you kind of just like go and go and go, and you like keep going. That happens to me all the time. I'll be like, the last thing I want to do is invite right now. And I'll go like send a few, and then I'll get a response. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, tell me more. And I'm like, oh, I need to go invite more people. Like that felt good to get a response like that. I need to go find more people who need this. So motion creates emotion. I said that in one of my threads today. Motion creates emotion. Don't wait until you feel motivated to do the thing. Like you do the thing, and then the motivation, the inspiration, the excitement comes. But it will never come if you don't continue to just take that first step and really put it into motion, so that you get that kind of that fire lit again, you know? But I highly recommend like doing PD and then doing your power hour, because there's so much, that 5 seconds of courage is like real. Like you get some positive vibes going, and you get some inspiration, and you're like, let's go change all the lives. Like, let's do it. Take action in those moments, because that's when you're like, your energy is like way up here, and that's when you're going to attract the right people. Yes. Madison said, first priority is getting your mental state where you feel powerful. It's so true. Such a game changer. Do not ever do your power hour if you're feeling like, meh, like not even worth it. Go dig into PD and then come back for super power hour and just bust through it.
Or I'll put on music. I have a Spotify list, and I'll just pump the music and dance, and that like elevates my energy so much. I was going to go back though. You're talking about your flow and stuff for the month. And I think that was a big roadblock for me, is I didn't have a plan. And so like, I just kept pulling from all these different things, and then I got overwhelmed, like, and then I wouldn't do anything. And so I think if you guys like figure that out, find out your groove and your plan and your flow, and Micah's call last Wednesday was awesome on that. Then you'll be able to like get in a good groove and feel comfortable and confident with it.
Yeah, that made such a difference for me when I just like simplified everything and knew exactly what I was inviting to, when I was inviting, like when I had to have urgency and like that deadline was in front of me, it like drove everything. So if you're just kind of floating and filling a group whenever, and you have no sense of urgency within your month, oh man, that's like hard. That's making it way harder on yourself. Have those hard deadlines with start dates, and even like, not even like, if you saw my call, not even real start dates. Like I have an ongoing forever group. They can get started anytime, any day. But in my brain, I have a start date so that I follow up with urgency. I have a deadline in front of me. I have like a reason to say, hey girl, we're getting started. Like, let's go. You've got to create that for yourself more than anything else, not for them, for you, you know? So make sure that you have those within your month for your challenge group and for coaching, so that you have the same urgency around recruiting and building your team, and getting your girls started and plugged in for the new coach kickoff call and all that stuff, because that's super important too.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Becca.
Yay! I had to turn off my Wi-Fi, guys. Sorry. I've been in and out of the call because then I'm on cellular data because we're still figuring out. Anyway, so if this has been covered, sorry. But can you talk to us? Because I've, with my team, I feel like, you know, we work so hard on belief and taking action and meeting goals and like setting goals and trying to reach those goals, like Success Club. And then when it doesn't happen, maybe I just attract people because I'm this way too. where it's like, it's hard and you take it personally. And I've had to really get through that, but I'd love to have you just give some insight into like, what do you do with your coaches at the end of the month, or, you know, like after they've missed a goal, how do you work through that and mindset wise, move forward and create, you know, continue momentum?
Yeah. So one, I use missed goals as a learning opportunity every single time. So I always take the time not to sulk and to be mad or anything, but to learn, okay, well, what could I have done differently? Because I let the whole month go by and I didn't think about this goal until the 30th. Like, there we go. Like, that's probably your problem, is you just didn't have the urgency. Like, if we're talking Success Club. So like, how can I approach this month differently? What can I do to be more proactive this month? Setting new deadlines for yourself. If Success Club is your goal by the end of the month, move it up to the 15th. Like, Success Club by the 15th, just as doable. You're going to have that sense of urgency earlier in the month, so you take more action. And then if you missed it by the 15th, you still have 2 weeks to like follow up and get that done. So I would just say, just always learn from any missteps or any missed goals. And then you simply like shift your date and get back to work. So even like for rank goals, do you guys know how many rank goals I've missed? Like, I set so many Superstar 3 goal dates, like a million different Superstar 3 goal dates. And every time we missed it, I was just like, all right, let's go. We're getting back to work. This is our new goal date. What can I do better this round? And you just continue. Like, you can't let it get you down at all. You just course correct, learn from it, and like put your nose down and get to work. So that's what I would say. But goals are so important, you guys. So important that you're not just coasting. Have your next rank goal. Have your next, like, PR your Success Club every single month. Like, push yourself. Don't just settle at Success Club 5 because it's comfy. Like, be like, hey, I've gone Success Club 8. This month I'm going to beat it. And if you continue to just level up your own goals, you're going to stay in the grind. You're going to stay taking action. You're going to see that momentum pick up. And that's when you'll really experience momentum in your business, is when you are your own best accountability partner and you really like kind of have those competitions with yourself and make it fun. So that's what I would say. But goals are so crucial. I have so many coaches that literally like refuse to set goals because they feel like a failure when they miss them. They're like, so I'm just not going to set them. I'm like, like, that's the worst thing you could do. So set the goal, let it scare you, let it push you. That's the purpose. Goals are for growth. You're not supposed to hit every single goal you set. So set the goal. Like, if you guys don't all have a diamond goal date, set in stone date, a Thursday that's legit. You're going to go diamond on this Thursday, share it with your upline, and then be like, hold me to my crap, because that's how you guys can lock arms and really, really lean in and run. Because all my coaches on here, they're like building a spouse account, or they're working for 2-star. They could get to diamond again with you guys. So hold them to it too, because I see some coasters.
Awesome. I have another question.
Okay.
Something that clicked it kind of clicks in different ways as I keep going, but talk to us about how I feel like I have a lot of conversations where it's like, you know, I'm going to prioritize this in my life and then I'll do the business if I can. Where I used to think more that way, like, okay, the business is this thing and then my life is this other thing. Like, just give us I love your perspective on how you make it your life.
Yeah, well, I think that's the importance of, like, you have Beachbody goals, but they have to align with your life goals, right? So like every time I set a goal, like, it also ties in with something we want to hit as a family, like something we want to do. The first time we hit Superstar, we paid off our home with the bonus. So I like knew, okay, this is directly blessing my family's life. When I hit this Beachbody goal, this is what it means for life. And you have to do that. Like, you have to have it correlated to something that means something to your family, so that it's not Beachbody and family. It is, I am doing this for these people that I love so much, and they're one and the same. So my kids know like what goals we're working towards and what that means for them. Usually I tie it with a fun little trip for them, or something where sometimes we'll go and just let them like pick out something at the store, and like something that is directly bringing them joy because mom is hitting a goal in business. So then they're excited too. And it's not like, oh, mom has to work again, mom has to do this. It's like they know exactly what it's doing for them. So I would just say be mindful of that, but that's where you just have to understand what it's doing for your life. Like you have to believe in what Beachbody, like how it plays in to what you're creating in life, and it's one and the same. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Love it.
It's going to kick us off soon.
Yeah, it's almost out. That was perfect timing. Anybody else want to hit her up real quick?
Micah, I had a question for the people that already have bod, because I've encountered a couple. How do you like not awkwardly ask them like, hey, are you working with anybody?
I just say that, awesome, are you already working with a coach?
Okay.
And they're just like, yeah, or no, I've never done a coach. I just always do my own thing. So yeah, I just ask them.
Okay.
And then my next question is always, how are you doing with the nutrition side of things? And I just get a feel for where they're at with that. So then I can know if they need it or if they don't, like need extra resources.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Micah. And thank you everyone for getting on and asking questions so it wasn't awkward.
Thanks, Micah.
Yeah, you bet,
Thank
you guys.
you.
Thanks for letting me hang out.
For sure. Okay, see you guys later.
You guys are the bomb.